6 things God hates. Proverbs chapter 6 verses 16 through 19. These 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift and run into evil, a false witness who speaks lies, and one who sows discord among brethren. When God said he hates something, he means business. And therefore, we should be rather careful not to like or get involved in those things that God hates for us to be safe. We are going to have a deep study of the things written in the book of Proverbs that God hates. 1. A proud look. Pride can be described as an unreasonable overestimation of one's own superiority in talents, beauty, wealth, rank, etc., which manifests itself in lofty airs, distance, reserve, and often contempt of others. Any proud person has no regard for God because he thinks he can make it on his own. God always wants man to realize that he needs to totally depends on God. Pride is being wise in your own eyes. It is removing God from the picture in everything that you have and that you are. The people in the Bible who wanted to build the Tower of Babel were so determined and had a vision that by their unity, they would be able to build a city and a tower whose top is in the heaven. They didn't include God in the picture. Look at how they said it. Genesis chapter 11 verse 4. And they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth." These words made it clear that they had no regard for God. The same thing happened to Satan and led to his downfall when he was still an angel. Look at the words he used. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 through 14. "How are you fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How are you cut to the ground, you who weaken the nations? For you have said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will also sit on the mount of the congregation. On the farthest sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." Look at the way prophet Ezekiel describes the character of Satan. Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 17. "Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. I cast you to the ground. I laid you before kings that they might gaze at you." Satan lifted himself up because of his beauty, and therefore he was full of pride, not knowing that a pride look was the beginning of his downfall. Solomon writes in the book of Proverbs, Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." 2. A lying tongue. Our God is a God of truth, and there are no lies found in him. The source of all deception is the devil, and that's why he is called the father of all lies. John chapter 8 verse 44, "You are of your father, the devil, and the desires of your father you want to do." He was a murderer from the beginning, and he does not stand in the truth because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own resources, for he is a liar and the father of it. God desires us to speak the truth to one another. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 25. "Therefore, putting away lying, let each one of you speak truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one another." God delights in anyone who is truthful. This means that every word that comes out of our tongue should always be of truth, that it will benefit those who hears. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 22. "Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who deal truthfully are his delight." In the book of Acts, we encounter a couple who lost their lives just as a result of having lying lips. Ananias and Sapphira, after selling their possessions, decided to keep back part of the proceeds and lied to the apostles and the Holy Spirit. Peter had to show them the source and the father of all lies. Just look at the following verse. Acts chapter 5 verse 3. "But Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled your heart to lie to the Holy Spirit and keep back part of the price of the land for yourself?" The story of Ananias and Sapphira shows how God hates a lying tongue. We should all make a decision only to be speaking the truth. 3. Hands that shed innocent blood. What God is simply talking about is he hates hands that shed innocent blood, as this is the exact character of the devil from the beginning. John chapter 8 verse 44. The first incident in the Bible where we see the shedding of innocent blood is in Genesis when Cain decides to take the life of his innocent brother Abel. Even before Cain commits this act, God has a communication with him so that he can change his mind and do good instead. But Cain refuses to hear from God. Genesis chapter 4 verses 6 through 7. So the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? And why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it." 4. A heart that devises wicked plans. God knows us from the depths of our hearts. Every thoughts are clearly seen by God. Prophet Jeremiah wrote like this. Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? If God could open the hearts of men and allow us to see inside of them, we might be shocked to see what wicked plans are going around their hearts. Let it be known that nothing is hidden in the eyes of God. Psalms chapter 44 verse 21. Would God not search this out? For he knows the secrets of the heart. We must pray to God for a new clean heart. Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 26. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will take the heart of stone out of your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. 5. Feet that are swift and run into evil. To be wise is to run from evil at all costs. It becomes foolishness when one is seen running swiftly to go and commit evil. This is what Solomon in his wisdom wrote like this. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 12. A wise man fears and departs from evil, but a fool rages and is self-confident. Our feet should run towards the Lord, towards righteousness. Psalm 119 verse 105, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 9, he will guard the feet of his saints, but the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength no man shall prevail. A false witness who speaks lies. Being a witness, it is expected one to always speak the truth. We should always strive to be true witness in every place that we are called upon to witness. And by doing that, God will be pleased with us. Exodus chapter 23 verse 1. You shall not circulate a false report. Do not put your hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Solomon writes like this in his wisdom. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 9. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies shall perish. For us to live happy lives, we should hate also doing or being involved in the 6 things that God hates.